Hello, students. Welcome to Bright Kids. I am teacher Janice, and I will be your teacher for today's lesson. So, today's lesson, we will learn Unit 5, Part 1. Are you ready? Let's go. Now, for the first part, we will learn vocabulary. Let's look at the picture. What can you see in the picture? Okay, so here you can see the first one is, okay, it's a bottle bank. Bottle bank. Carrier bag. Carrier bag. Paper. Paper. Metal. Metal. Oil. Oil. Battery. Battery. Chemicals. Chemicals. Okay, that's great. So as you can see in the picture, where do you think is this picture? Mm-hmm. Yes, it's in a recycling center. So in this picture, this man is in the recycling center. Okay, that's very good. Now I will repeat all the words. Recycling center. Recycling center. Bottle bank. Bottle bank. Carrier bag. Carrier bag. Paper. Paper. Metal. Metal. Oil. Oil. Battery. Battery. That's great. Let's move on. Now, you will write the words in the spaces below. So there are 6 numbers. Now let's start with number 1. Number 1. Dad got oil on his clothes when he was fixing the car. Number 2. My torch isn't working. I think it needs a new. That's great. Number 3. We take all our rubbish to the blank every week. Again, we take all our rubbish to the blank every week. Great. Number 4. Batteries have got blank in them. Batteries have got blank in them. That's good. Number 5. Can you take these bottles and jars to the blank, please? Can you take these bottles and jars to the blank, please? What's your answer? That's nice. And the last one, number 6. We put all the shopping in a blank. We put all the shopping in a. Very good. You filled in all the blanks correctly. So remember the words again: recycling center, bottle bank, carrier bag, paper, metal, oil, battery, and chemicals. Now let's move on. Recycling. So if you see the word recycling, what comes first in your mind? What do you think is recycling? Okay. Now, recycling is easy to do and really can make a difference. Now, let's talk. Do you agree that recycling is easy? Can you explain why? Okay, thank you. And what kind of materials can we recycle? Oh, that's great. You're correct. And how can we recycle those materials? Mm-hmm. Okay. And do you recycle? I do recycle. How about you? Do you recycle? Uh-huh. Okay. And what do you recycle? Me, I recycle plastics, papers. Yep. More on papers. How about you? What do you recycle? Okay. And how do you think recycling makes a difference? How do you think? Is there a recycling program in your city or in your community? Okay, I see. And do you think people are concerned about recycling? What can you observe around you? Do you think, are the people around you concerned about recycling? Why or why not? Okay, thank you. That's great, my dear. Now let's proceed to the next topic. Now, recycling conserves resources. So when we recycle, materials are converted into new products, reducing the need to consume natural resources, which will help to protect natural habitats for the future. Okay, so, hmm, okay, these are some questions about recycling. I will read them for you. What happens when we recycle? In what way can recycling be useful for nature? What does it conserve? Is it important to conserve natural resources? Why or why not? What kind of resources do we conserve when we recycle? And what may happen to natural resources if you don't conserve them? Now, my dear, you choose two questions and you share your opinion to me. Okay, thank you so much. Now, here, recycling saves energy. Using recycled materials in the manufacturing process using uses considerably less energy than that required for producing new products from raw materials. It's amazing, right? So these are the questions again. What does recycling save? How does it save energy? Is it important to save energy? Why or why not? Besides recycling, what other ways of saving energy can you think of? Are you concerned about saving energy? Why or why not? What do we use energy for? What may happen if we run out of energy in the future? Now, choose two questions again and you share it to teacher. Okay, that is great, my dear. Thank you. Now, another one. Recycling helps protect the environment. Recycling reduces the need for extracting, refining, and processing raw materials, all of which create air and water pollution. Now, these are the questions. Is it important to protect the environment? Why or why not? What does the process of making new products create? How does pollution affect the environment? Is there water pollution or air pollution in your city? What should the government do to prevent water and air pollution? Is the government the only responsible for preventing pollution? What can citizens do about it? Now again, choose two questions and you share your ideas to teacher. Okay, thank you. Now, recycling reduces landfill. When we recycle, recyclable materials are reprocessed into new products, and as a result, the amount of rubbish sent to landfill sites decreases, which reduces emissions of methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. So these are the questions again. What does recycling reduce? How does recycling reduce landfill? What do landfill sites produce? What effect may methane produce in the environment? Are you aware of the greenhouse gases effect in the atmosphere? What is it? If we don't recycle, what negative effects may be caused in nature? Now choose two questions again and you share your ideas to the teacher. Okay, thank you. Now, let's do this activity, working with words. So we add the prefix re or re to some verbs to make a new verb like remove, reuse, return, retell, recycle, rewrite. Now, in your notebook, you can read and circle the correct word, like number one. We try to rewrite, recycle all of our rubbish. And the answer here is recycle. Number two, you need to return, reuse this book to the library. Number three, don't throw your carrier bag away. You can reuse, remove it. I want to rewrite, remove my story with a new ending. Now, what are your answers? Okay, that's great. Now let's move on. These are for suggestions and reasons. We use these phrases to make suggestions. Why not? How about, what about? When we make a suggestion, we give a reason for the suggestion. For example, why not take old magazines to a local doctor's surgery? They will put the magazines in the waiting room for patients to read. Now, as your homework, you match the suggestions and reasons. Okay? You try to answer this in your free time. Do you have any questions? If you don't have any questions, it's now time for me to say goodbye. Again, I'm Teacher Janice, and I really do hope to see you again here in Bright Kids. Bye bye.